It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told.
Yes, people, big up to all of you. Welcome once again. Welcome back to Chelsea's Perspective. Welcome back to another edition of the Blue Morning Show. We're back and we'll do our best to stream consistently. But more importantly, once again, welcome to the Blue Morning Show. I do hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you all finding the time to join us at this particular morning. We'll talk about Hugo Ekitike, talk about Hato, talk about Gordon, talk about Victor Osimhen, more like a detective work. We'll take a look at what's going on and see maybe there's a chance we are secretly getting the job done on the wraps. You never know. And a lot of news items there to address. Hopefully we'd have time enough to address them all because, yeah, it's a 1 hour show, except if I have anybody that can hold the fort why I go help my boys get ready for school. But that's, by the way, speak of the devil. He may well say I'm calling him the devil, but that's okay by me. We have the captain of the community in Constantine Dante. Big up to you, Dante. I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute, but nice to have you back here again. How have you been, man?
Yeah, big up, coach, everyone. Yeah, good.
Big up
good.
to you too.
We've been waiting for you. It's not the other way around. You're the ones that's gone on your little, hiatus. The union is not happy with your disappearance.
You have no discipline, so do not blame it on me, But that's, by the way, we do have quite a lot to talk about, and hopefully we'll have time enough to talk about what, again, you could say the intriguing situation on Sunday for our last game. And, a lot of people have the chance, a lot of teams still have the chance to finish in the Champions League spot. So it's not straightforward, but we just have to win our game. There's a situation that if it occurs, we could still draw and still, earn a Champions League place. But that's, by the way, we have to address the news items one by one. The first one here on the screen, I'm quite sure you're looking at it already. Frankfurt will demand 100 million euros for Hugo Ekitike this summer. I think that's too much. I don't know. And a lot of Chelsea fans are saying just pay it. That's how Isaac, so to speak, was. And we refused to pay the asking price at the time. Now look at how good it is. I wouldn't advocate for the club to pay this much money for a young player. Maybe his numbers prove that, yeah, he's worth it and he can only get better. I'm not sure what to make of the reported asking price, but let's hear from you, Dante. I think that's a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's way too much. I mean, it's only first sort of breakout season, so and it's the German league. We know the record with the German league strikers, really not that good, to be honest, with us and some other teams as well. So yeah, look, they can ask what they want. He's got a contract. He's young. He's got a long contract. They can ask what they want. That's what they want. If anyone wants to pay it up, they'll pay it up. If not, they don't care. They get to keep their player. So from their perspective, it is what it is. If someone really wants him, they have to pay a lot of money for him. Simple as that. But
yeah, I mean, they value him how they value him because, yeah, it is their, what's the language I'm looking for? Investment, maybe. I don't think that's the language I'm looking for, but go ahead.
Yeah, they've invested a lot of money into him, developing and stuff. So, yeah, look, it's way too much, but I can't fault them if they ask for that price. They obviously want to keep him as well. That's why they're asking for that price. So, depends on the player side now what happens. If he really wants to leave, he can push for a leave. We know these days the players, even though they don't really have power, but they actually really do have power because no team wants to keep a player there on the paycheck and not playing and upsetting the dressing room. So yeah, if he really wants, they'll probably move and find a solution cheaper than that. But it's not looking like it so far. So we'll just wait and see. But look, I'm not a big fan of his anyway. I don't think he's the type of striker we need, to be honest. I think
it's still a hybrid. You see him as hybrid.
A little bit. He's more of a, but he's very weak, coach. He gets pushed off the ball very easily. and that's in the German league. Yes, he's good in open spaces. Again, we've got Jackson who can do that. He's not a traditional number 9. He's not really a striker. He is. Maybe he will be when his body grows and he gets bigger and stronger, maybe in 5-6 years. But now he's very weak. He gets pushed off the ball quite easily. So I don't think he'll do well in the Premier League at all, to be honest. I think he'll really struggle in the Premier League.
And in all honesty, if we're truly looking to mix things up, then he's not that guy. It just, I get it. Let's see, how old is he actually? I can't remember, but
I'm not sure. 21, maybe younger. No,
okay,
I
still
can't
very
remember.
young. Let's just leave it at that. His numbers look good, but let's not look
22,
at the
yeah,
chat.
22.
It looks good, but it's not perfect. It's not. It's not. I mean, it's not as good. It's not good to a measure where I'd say, yeah, 100 million pay. This is just the same argument we had when a Sporting CP was when they were asking for 100 million for Gyökeres. I think it was 2 years ago or a year ago. Nobody was sure at the time whether he'd perform consistently, but he's done it now. If we get a chance to sign him and they're asking for that much money, I'd say pay. But let's look at Hugo's numbers. He's played
15 goals, coach. I mean, for 15 goals in the Bundesliga, that's not much. Look at Kane's numbers, for example. Look at proper strikers that, yeah, maybe then you can say if he had those numbers that he does better than Kane, or like then maybe you can consider it. But 15 goals is like, for me, is bang average in the Bundesliga. That's very average, maybe
yeah,
even below
15
average.
is not okay. Yeah. 15 in the Bundesliga, 4 in the Europa League, 3 in the Pokal competition, cup competition, and then what's the other one? Okay, so 48 games in total and 22 goals in total, 12 assists overall. Not bad, but I don't think it's 100 million euros output there overall, in my opinion. Okay,
Not
let's
Yeah,
see.
not even 60 million, probably. More like
Mhm.
Jackson's numbers, basically 30 million. That should be his price around there. 35 million, like Jackson was a Villarreal, basically.
Yeah, he averages 0.52 goals per 90 minutes, not even close to one per 90 minutes. 15 goals in total. That's specific to the Bundesliga, and 0.28 assists per 90 minutes. I think Jackson, he has 1 point something per 90 minutes, right? No, it
Not
has dropped.
It's
His
dropped.
numbers has
Yeah.
dropped significantly. Okay. Okay. Expected goals is XG 0.60 per 90 minutes. I think it's not. No, I mean,
Does he
I don't
take
think it's.
penalties?
He's not worth 100. He's not worth
Does he take the
100
penalties? Do you see
million
penalty goals
euros.
there?
Go ahead.
Does he take penalties as well? I'm not sure if Hugo
Yeah,
takes
we'll
penalties.
get down to that aspect. Nah, no. He's not that much, and his real value here is a 55 million euros. So, but you don't tell you get hesitant. The truth is, you don't tell clubs how to value that. I guess you don't tell clubs the valuation of their players. It's the player in question is the club's asset. It's their right to say, okay, this is how much we value this particular player. I don't know. Okay, let's
And his
see if we
contract
can
coach goes,
find
I
whether
think,
he takes
another 4 or 5
penalties.
years.
Go ahead.
I think another 4 or 5 years, yeah, the contract. So he's under contract for a long time.
Yeah, but everything is in the 90th percentile. Let's say matches, that's nothing. Minutes, nothing. Annual salary of 5 million. He's not earning too much. Let's see something that would tell us more. Goals scored 15, 97th percentile. Is that how easy the Bundesliga is? He's in 15 goals and it's in the 97th percentile. Not bad though. Goal involvement, 97 percentile. Goals at home, 97 percentile. Goals at 97 percentile also. Expected goals, XG, 97 percentile overall. That's total XG, 15.9 96. But his XG per game is still 0.5 something. We did look at that. So for me, that's not enough, really.
Yeah. And
Maybe
coach,
I haven't
you
watched
also
a
got to look
Frankfurt
at,
of late to
yeah,
know how, you could say, how he applies himself on the pitch, or the
exactly.
manager's overall approach to say maybe it's his doing that his XG per game per 90 minutes is that low, in my opinion. But go ahead, you were saying something.
you got to look at how he plays and what system he plays as well. So they do like to break a lot, and they don't, they don't play against many low blocks. They like to block, and then they like to attack in transition. Hence, he
Mhm.
gets a lot of his goals, one-on-ones or this making runs in the box or something, like a winger almost as well. So it's the way they play as well, which is very important, because at Chelsea, you're coming up against probably 80% of the time will be against low blocks. So again, these players that play in different systems that that are there. Look at a good example is Pedro Neto when he first came across. I knew he was going to struggle. He's played for Wolves that sit deep and then they attack on the counters a lot and in transition. He always has space ahead of him. He's amazing at that. But at Chelsea, when we came up and he came across and low blocks,
Mhm.
not effective, not effective. Even Jackson, he hardly scores or puts a performance in against a low block team ever, because it's not his game. There's no space for him. There's no space to run into, and that's exactly how this guy plays as well. He likes to run into space and take players on and use his physicality. But physicality, I mean by his height, more his height than anything. Um, and he's pretty quick as well, because he's a very lightweight. He doesn't have much meat on him at all, coach. So he's very lightweight.
Yeah, let me
Um,
ask you this.
yeah,
If we can get him, which I don't think it's possible, if they're quoting
no,
that much money, which means that probably he'd go for something north of 60 to 70 million euros. If we can get him for half the price as competition for Nicholas Jackson, would you take him?
no, no,
Still
no,
not.
no. Not even close. That's way too much money. No one's going to pay what they want. No one's going to pay 67 million. No one is going to pay that. Not in today's. I don't see today's market. Absolutely, no one will pay that money. He will stay at Frankfurt unless, like I said, he really wants to go causes trouble or something. But I don't see anyone playing not even close to that. I'm sorry, but 15 goals in the Bundesliga is like below average for me. That's like just a standard striker, maybe a little bit below average. It doesn't make any sense. But like we said, it's their player. He's under contract for nearly 5 more years. They can ask what they want for him. He's a future talent, maybe, yes, and that's what they're basing that on. But no, I wouldn't even take him for 30 million, to be honest. In the Premier League at the moment,
Mhm.
the way his body is and how he plays, I would not take him even in the Premier League. I think Jackson will always start ahead of him. So there's no point for me going for a striker like that.
Mhm. And in terms of how whether that is the makeup of his total goals, not much, not that many penalties, because he has 15.96 xg in total, and non-penalty xg is 13.86, so barely 2 point something is his penalty
Okay.
xg. So I think in that aspect is fine, but I understand your point. It does make sense. And Jude Mesole, the CEO of Chelsea FC, Jingles, brother, nice to see you. This is God bless you. Dante Ekitike is not our guy. He will be busy looking for penalties. He's too lazy for the EPL. I don't even want to hear his links to Chelsea anymore. I don't think we're that serious, actually.
I don't
We
think at all.
are having this conversation because I did see the quoted price, which again, that's the only reason why we're discussing him right now. I haven't heard much about with regards to us. You say trying to get him to sign for us. I haven't heard anything like that, so it doesn't look like we're serious about signing him. Go ahead. You were saying something. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Maybe we've scouted him because he's that age, that profile, but that's about it. I think there's nothing. I don't think really, to be honest, we're looking at him. There's no way Maresca would be looking at him and saying he's the striker, especially after the comments Maresca mate. He wants a number nine, a proper number nine, as another option. So he's definitely not that. So I don't think so. Yeah,
How did
it's
you
look.
read that
He's had a
statement?
pretty good season.
Go ahead.
He's had a not bad season in the Bundesliga. So what is his agents doing? Putting it all out there. Why? He'll can get a pay raise as well. So
Yeah, he wants the money. It could care less where the where the kid ends up. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have a total of 129 people following the show, but only 30 on YouTube. The numbers will continue to grow once people realize that the Blue Morning Show is back. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have just 6 likes on YouTube. If you're following the show on X, do us a favor, drop a like on the video, and also follow our X account. We reached 5,000 followers on X a few days, or on X, I think 2 days ago. And thanks to Vince for making that happen. I appreciate all your support. If you're following us on Facebook, do the same. Drop a like on the video and also do follow our Facebook account. But if you can come join us here on YouTube, we'd really appreciate that. IB is in the house. It's been a minute, brother. And thank you for remaining a member, even though we haven't streamed consistently. Sincerely do appreciate that. I wanted to say I haven't seen you in a while. Then I realized, it's our fault that we haven't seen in a while because you're usually available to participate in the show during this time. But thank you, IB. Thank you. Big up to you too for joining us. I think we should just move on to the next item, but it's important that we talk about the fact that, he's not worth 100 million euros. Here's this one, interesting one. I've heard people talk about it. By the way, we didn't check to see what Chelsea fans say, what they're saying. I'm laughing already. I haven't read any of the comments below that Ekitike transfer or quoted transfer fee. This guy here, this brother here, George, says they can keep him, and CFC B says why? As in, why is he is he worth 100 million euros? And Chelsea Mob says, where do they gather and come up with these figures? I need to see it in person. I like who is this random player? I knew it was gonna be funny, but because we don't have time, we're not gonna be looking at a lot of the comments. But that's by the way. We move on. This particular one, Ryan Cherki. He's a player I like so much. He can operate as a 10 on the flanks too, and I don't think we have such profile right now. Cole Palmer is a good dribbler. What's his name? Lonnie Matic is also a good dribbler. Jadon Sancho, a good dribbler. We have a few guys there that are good dribblers, but this guy dribbling is his thing. If you look at his numbers, really, the dribble success rate, wow. If you should go watch a breakdown of Jan from football therapy. This kid, for me, I'd say get him. We don't have a traditional 10, and I think he can operate as a traditional 10. Cole Palmer, for me, isn't a traditional 10, but this guy is the sort of guy that I know Cole Palmer can, but this guy, the sort of guy that's capable of pulling a rabbit out of the hat to help you win a game. And for 22 million euros, which is around 19 million pounds, I think is a good deal. And he's still very young. But before I get your thoughts on whether you'd like us to go sign Ryan Cherki, let me get a few stuff in the chat section by IB there. He says a Frankfurt striker don't perform well post Frankfurt. That's a serious comment. So once they leave Frankfurt, they don't do well elsewhere. Wow, that's deep. I thought Cherki was a locker room problem. Here's the thing. That brings me to what I wanted to say, but somehow I lost it. Listen, the behavioral thing, or maybe the attitude thing, like a lot of people would put it on X, on social media, comes with the territory of being as good as Cherki is. Go check. Most of them are ego issues. Some of them, I think, is usually driven up by self-belief. I don't mind them. I wouldn't mind Cherki. He's still 21. You can say, I don't know, nurture him to start behaving much. And the truth remains, as he matures, his change for good. He's not going to be a brat all his career. But that's just my opinion anyway. I'd say get him, honestly. For 22 million euros, it's a serious bargain. Good morning to you too, my bro. Much love to you. I beg Moku Yan very soon. Dante, let's hear your thoughts. Ryan Cherki for just 22 million euros, for me, it's a bargain. And we don't have a good number of players capable of fulfilling the 10 role effectively. There are traditionally number 10s, honestly. But let's hear you.
Yeah, big up, Jude. Yeah, look, we don't know what the problems are in the locker rooms outside of football. We don't know that. The only people that would know that is clubs that are interested in him, and they're going to look at that. They'll probably hire someone to check that out if that's the case. So we don't know. it is surprising that there's no way a player of his talent and that good can be that cheap and hasn't been picked up for the last 3-4 years, to be honest. Something's definitely not right. It could be many things, but yeah, we just, unfortunately, we don't know what there is, but there's 100% something wrong and something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. So has he grown past that? Maybe. That was, he's 18, 19, 20, 21 now. He's gonna, he's 21 now. So is he maturing? Maybe he's maturing.
Here's something else. We've been hearing that he has attitude issue. Be specific. You can't just present a broad argument like that. He has attitude issue. What has he done wrong? That I need to hear that. I don't operate like that. I don't listen to people when they say this person has an attitude issue. Tell me what be specific, then I'd listen.
Yeah.
For me, I'd say get him, but go ahead.
It's just rumors, coach. We don't know. It's just rumors. Simple as that. It could be true, it could not be true. But like I said, something definitely, because there's no way a talented player like that, and there's no way Leon would be happy just to get rid of him for that price. It doesn't make sense.
Here's the issue. I think he'd be out of contract soon. That's the reason why he's this cheap.
Yeah, but like, it could have gone last year. It could have gone the year before. It could have gone the year before that. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, look, like I said, clubs will do their due diligence, investigate, and if they find something they don't like, they pull out. And I think that's been the case probably for quite a while now. Maybe it's the crowd he hangs around, the people he hangs around. We don't know, but it's something was definitely up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's a talented player for that price. If there's no problems, or if he's past his problems, yeah, 100%. I think he would be very good. But would he want to be a backup? Because he's not starting at Chelsea. He will not start over Palmer. And you say we don't have another 10 coach, but we do have Esteval coming, and he loves playing in that 10 position. From all the interviews he's made.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
He's said it many times. That's that's going forward. He wants to transition to that 10 position.
But how about having two? And he also can play on either flanks.
Correct, but I'm just saying there is a little bit of depth there, and don't forget, João Felix is coming back as well. We don't know what's happening with that one. So yeah, look, there is. He won't start at Chelsea, that's for sure. Not over Palmer, not over Esteval. I doubt it very much. Probably not even Felix, maybe. Who knows? So he's the type of player I think that needs to be starting every week to be in a team. Just the way he plays, his flair, the way his confidence. So I don't see him coming at us unless he would be promised probably to start, most likely, and I don't think he would come for that. So I think that is a problem as well. I think he would probably want to go somewhere where he actually starts, and he's that number 10, because that is his preferred position, that 10. Why? Because he doesn't have to do much work either, because he won't defend. He doesn't run back at all. That's why he hardly plays out wide, because he doesn't go back at all. He doesn't defend. So they put him up forward, a 10, or just behind the striker, where he doesn't do hardly any work defensively. That is.
So you're saying when he's got the ball, it's not a position of priority for us. I think I'd have to agree, and probably that's the reason why we're not going to pay attention to him that much. We have other areas of priority to bring in reinforcement for, like defensive area. We don't have a left back, only Cucurella, and also number 9. We're looking for a number 9, and rumors are we're still looking for a winger.
And we're looking for a right-footed winger that can play on the left side, correct? So, yes, that is the only. Yeah, look, I don't think there's much room for him, to be honest. And why would he leave? He's finally waiting to leave, and he'll come and he wouldn't be a starter. Yeah, I don't think that will happen, in my honest. Otherwise, if he does, he would come and he would make a great squad player, obviously, to have backup like that. Amazing. But I just don't see him with his attitude that I've seen, because he does have a bit of an attitude. Yeah, I don't think that would happen, unfortunately. But I would welcome him. If Felix leaves and Esteval doesn't play as a 10 at all, yeah, I would definitely have him in that 10 position, especially against low blocks. It would be amazing. Yep.
More likes, people. More likes, people. Let's try and get it to at least 30 likes. We ended with 30 likes yesterday, but we can do a lot better than that. 8 likes. We have a total of 150 people following the show, but only 39 on YouTube. It was a 40 plus a minute ago. But that's, by the way, yeah, good morning to you too. Cherki is the real deal, but I think it makes sense to argue that that's not an area of priority for us. I don't know what's going to happen for us to really push for him. Go and subscribe to Chelsea FC Jingles YouTube channel. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. We can make that happen for him. Chelsea doesn't need new players. Really, Mudryk ban is over soon. Yeah, who told you that? A good preseason will help the team. I agree. But I don't agree with the aspect of Mudryk's ban being over soon. Good morning to you too, Obi. Obi. Mr. Obi, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Okay, yeah, see you then, my brother. It has changed. Why not? After Sancho is doing well at Chelsea, Sancho stays. I don't think he's going back. We know that. Yeah, Mudryk, no, it's not over soon. So I'm gonna scroll to the very bottom because this will be. I don't know the possibility of this exceeding 1 hour. It's if Dante has time and can host while I help my boys get ready for school. But yeah, he has some priorities too. Let's see. Question. I greet you too, Joe Fresh Samuel. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. I do hope you're doing well. If this is your first time, welcome. Enjoy yourself. Express yourself. All we ask of you is just to keep it civil. We have okay. Here's it, because we're streaming in a vertical format. Here's what to do to see whatever tool you want to use. Press and hold your screen for just about a second. You'd see the like, dislike, comment, and share tools there, and please do that to help us garner more likes. We can do a lot better than 10 likes. I appreciate you all for finding the time to join. Big up to you too, Ryan. He's a very good player. I will like Chelsea to sign him up instead of another cube goal for him in the EPL. I think he'll do well in the EPL, and rumors are that Liverpool are also interested. There was a rumor João Felix will return to his first club. I've heard that. At one point, rumors suggest he was going to go start playing in Brazil. Looks like that didn't work out. Chelsea should try and sign Osimhen. We'll talk about that in a bit. Is Cherki another João Felix? No, I think he's different. I think you could argue he's more rugged than João Felix. But let's see. This squad needs a little bit of attitude. We can all be nice. We can all not be. Let me read that again. We can all be nice guys. We all cannot be nice guys. I think that you meant the opposite right there. Big up to you, to my Master 05. I do hope you're doing well. I told you Chelsea will beat Manchester United. I wasn't concerned about United. I was concerned about Newcastle United. Yep. And I did tell Bobby, and he said, I can't quite remember what he said on that day. Something about me has changed, but I like to be as objective as possible. We looked at the numbers during the pregame show, and the numbers tell us that the most likely winner on the day will be Newcastle United. Because they scored more goals and they've been scoring consistently throughout for the entirety of the season and all that throughout the season because it hasn't ended yet. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Go and check out Chelsea FC's Jingles YouTube channel. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Okay, that's Dennis. He says, brother, I am a Galatasaray supporter. Could you please let me know if Chelsea is interested in Osimhen? We want him to stay. Here's the thing. Let me give you a secret here. Let me let you in on a secret. Whether Chelsea wants him or not, I don't think he stays at your club. I don't think so. They say that he goes to Juventus or he goes to Saudi Arabia. And if the Saudis are serious, his most likely next club will be in Saudi Arabia. Because no club in Europe can measure how much the Saudis are able to pay players. But let's just simplify my response to your question. I don't think he remains at Galatasaray. Sorry about that. To bust your bubbles, maybe. Who else has seen the CR7 to Chelsea rumors? I made a video about that, a YouTube short video about 3 months ago, that he's going to play for Chelsea for just 1 month in the Club World Cup. And there are reasons to believe that could happen. Why? Leo Messi will be participating in the Club World Cup with his club, Inter Miami, a United States-based club. And Ronaldo would want to be part of it. And just for the sake of competing against Leo Messi. And you could argue this will be the last opportunity he has to win that competition. So I'm just going to leave it at that and not speculate too much. Let's see. when it comes to teams signing Frankfurt strikers, they flop after leaving Frankfurt, just like one of our participants in the chat session did say a few minutes ago. Luka Jovic, Mamouche soon, if he isn't careful, same will happen to Ekitike. Wow, that's deep. But that's, by the way, Galatasaray can have Nkunkun, they can, but I don't think Nkunkun probably will agree to go there. Thank you for your response. Thank you to you two for joining us. I appreciate you. Napoli doesn't want to sell him to Juventus for a good reason, a direct competition. Yeah, Icardi has stayed in Galatasaray despite Saudi money, so he didn't want to go. But that's, by the way, let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. This one is forget Mudryk signing Mbeumo. I'd take Mbeumo. He's Mbeumo. How'd you pronounce his name actually? He's Premier League proven and he's powerful. Bobby would throw will throw a party, shoot Chelsea, sign him. 11 likes, people. We can do a lot better than that. 41 people following the show. Why are we stuck? But usually, testing. When we stream in a vertical format, we get a lot of views, but usually you don't get a lot of likes. Why? Because people don't know how to find it. If you're using a smaller device, press and hold your screen for just about a second, then you see the like button, comment section also. Please, we like the likes. The likes do go a long way. So we hope you can do that for us to help us garner more likes. We'd really appreciate that. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We keep begging for likes because we're not a big account yet. I don't think Nkunkun wants to play in Turkey. Maybe because he is entering his prime. I think he would want to get a chance to try to win the Champions League. Hopefully, Syria, our teams can sign him. Rumors did emerge a week ago suggesting that Juventus are interested in signing him. Yeah, please go check out Chelsea FC Jingles YouTube channel. Subscribe. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So this year, Barcelona president Laporta rules out a signing Chelsea target Nico Williams. So does that mean we still have a chance? Because every time we've heard Fab talk about him and David Onsen and also Ben Jacobs, they've all mentioned that Chelsea are still interested in signing Nico Williams. So the second paragraph reads, he was one of the candidates we were looking at when we were evaluating options. Barcelona is simple. They just don't have the money. We have a good profile of this player who is an excellent player, but I think at this moment they are evaluating other options. I don't know. Dante, anything you want to say before we hear from Bobby, if he has anything to add to that? I want us to address everything we have. Then if we have extra time, we can talk about the chances of us participating in the next edition of the Champions League, aka finishing the top 5. Dante, Nico Williams, do you think it happens, or do you think his salary will always be an issue, as it already is?
Yeah, big up to my boss, by the way. Yeah, look, salary is an issue. Of course, it is. He loves Bilbao. He's a native there, so I think the only way he will move is if he's going to get a pay rise and a big signing bonus or something like that. I don't see him moving, to be honest, especially not to us, where we have to pay. He'll basically become the top earner at Chelsea if he comes across. So that's not going to happen. We're not going to pay a player like that young to be the top earner at Chelsea. I just don't see that happening at all. So if he agrees to move and he accepts a lower salary with incentives like we do our contracts, then yeah, maybe. But I just don't see him doing that. I don't see a player like that moving from, especially from Spain. He's Spanish, so it's a bit hard for them to move when he's already on 200,000 a week. It's going to take a lot for Chelsea. It's a big fee to sign him, and then also he's going to want quite a bit of a pay rise. So I don't see that happening, unfortunately. But I do like him. I like his profile. He's a great young player, but I just don't see us giving him that much money, and I don't see him going for a less incentivized contract. I don't see him accepting something like that, to be honest.
Yeah, especially when there are a shortage of clubs interested in signing him.
Well, there's not that many.
Dante?
Yeah, coach, there's not that many clubs that can sign him. unfortunately. His salary is already at a starting point 200. There's not many clubs that can pay his salary around the world. There just isn't. And that's why I think he's just going to stay there for a little bit longer, buy his time. If Barcelona they can't even give him that money, and they can't afford him. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there, but I really don't see him going anywhere, to be honest. I just think there's only probably a handful of teams in this day and age that can play 250, 300,000 pounds a week. There's not that many that are going to pay that much. So, especially not for his age, I don't see that happening at all, unfortunately. No.
Yes, Bobby, thank you for finding the time to join us on this day. I do hope you're doing well. You have anything to add to the Nico Williams conversation before we move to the next item? The plan is to end the show on 1 hour mark. We can go beyond if there's anybody on the panel that can help take care of the show while I help my boys get ready for school. But that's, by the way, I said that like 1,000 times today. Bobby, you have anything to add to the Nico Williams conversation? We've also talked about Ekitike. I don't know if you were listening. Dante explained that because he isn't a player. I knew nothing. I didn't know much about him. I started looking into him when the rumors emerged that Chelsea were interested in signing him, and then we had to discuss him today because the asking price being quoted is 100 million euros. And Dante explained that he's a very soft player. So you'd be very proud of Dante. I have to say this to you, Bobby, that he's not ready for the Premier League, and it wouldn't make sense. It's not what we're looking for. We're looking for more of a traditional number 9, but capable of dropping deep, creating chances for his teammates, playing on either flanks, and he's not that guy quite yet. He has a good, you can say, commendable number, but not one that warrants a 100 million euros fee, in my opinion. But let's hear you, Bobby, if you have anything to talk about Ekitike or Williams. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next item.
Yeah, big up, guys.
Big up.
I have to drop bang on
Good
the
morning.
hour. I have a meeting that I
Okay.
can't afford to
But
be
overall,
late for.
you're good, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Excellent.
okay. I don't know anything about this player, but if he lacks physicality, that's definitely not what we need. Chelsea have a
He's a skinny
physical
boy,
problem.
unfortunately. Not much meat on him,
Um,
Bobby.
yeah. I
To give you an
mean, this
example,
is
sorry, to give you an
this.
example, Kai Havertz is the same height as him, and Kai Havertz is 83 kilos. This guy is 75 kilos.
Yeah, I mean, that's not what we need. We have a height problem. We have a physicality problem, a muscle problem. Look at the game against Forest. That gives me some concern because of that very reason. They have big guys all over the back, all over the front, and in midfield. We still have weaklings all over the place. One or two tough guys, but that's not enough. The rest are physically challenged. So the last thing we need in a striker is another player without physicality. Unfortunately, at this point in time, the preference to Chelsea purchases must be technicality is always at the top of the list, but physicality must be a very, very, very close second because that's where we're lacking so
And
badly.
Maresca said that in his interview. He wants a number 9, a proper number 9.
Yeah, well, I hope he gets it. At the moment, we've got two extremely important games to play, which would probably help determine what kind of striker Chelsea gets. Get into the Champions League, and you can get almost anybody you want, being Chelsea. Don't get into the Champions League, and you'll have to throw a bit of money at it, which is not really what we want. So let's wait
Yeah,
and
to
see what happens.
compensate for your absence in the competition.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Can I just say something about Nkunku, which is really disappointing me?
Go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead.
I'm not sure. I don't want to assume too much of what's going on there. There's a lot of doubt about the injury, based on the attitude before the injury. But as far as I'm concerned, Christopher Nkunku owes Chelsea Football Club. He owes us a lot. He's been paid handsomely. The first season he came to the club, he was out injured. The second season, he's been out injured most of the time. He's not given performances on the pitch. I wouldn't let him go that easily, to be honest, and I think the club won't. Either we get a damn good wage for him, or we shouldn't make it comfortable for him at all, because he's not made it comfortable for the club. Um, Now, that doesn't mean to say you draw up enmity, but this attitude is not acceptable to me. And he's under contract. I think he has 3 years of contract left. So, we don't have to get rid of him. It's just that we're trying to tidy our books, maybe get him off the wage bill because of his income. But his income is not astronomical or stupid like
Sterling,
Sterling,
Chilwell.
yeah, the Sterling income. So we can play a little bit of hardball there, and I think we should. I'm not sure that position he's taken is acceptable at all. No matter what, he's contracted to the club. He's paid well by the club. He's a professional. I don't understand this attitude. However, I don't want to assume, but if he's agreed not to play, especially now that we need him most. Wow, that's really bad.
Yeah. If you're in the chat, try as much as you can to keep the topics aligned because we don't have too much time. As much as we like to interact with you there, it would be wasting a lot of time switching between the topics and not address all the items we have lined up. So once we're done addressing the items we have lined up, we can come back to your questions if you have any questions, drop it at the time. So Nico Williams, I hope it happens. I like him, but do I think it happens? So Foot Mercato, I don't know if I should trust them. They've been correct a few times since uh you know but and the truth remains, we've seen rumors. I think it's 2 seasons in a row right now suggesting that we're interested in signing Thomas. How'd you pronounce Thomas Araujo? This says apart from PSG, Chelsea and Liverpool are also interested in Benfica's Thomas Araujo after missing out on Dean Hewson. He's a good player, and I think more experienced than Hewson, right? Because he emerged before we start hearing about Houston actually. But do
A
we
lot of
really need to?
noise is being made about this Dean Houston.
Mhm.
To be
He's gone to.
honest,
Go ahead.
he's a nice defender. Is he all that? I don't know. He's very young, yes, and um, I don't know. I think we whenever Chelsea's interested in a player, a lot of overhyping goes in around that player. Yeah, he's good. He'll probably fit into Real Madrid because there's a lot of experience for him to learn from. But I think we can get very good alternatives. I really do. I'm not that enamored by this guy, to be
Mhm.
honest.
Dante, how well do you know Thomas Arau? Can you please educate us a bit? Just 1 second. Please try keep the topic aligned because we don't have too much time. I enjoy reading your comments, but today we don't have enough time to be doing that. We're going to get distracted a lot and not be able to address all the items we have lined up. Coach, if Chelsea want to sign Osimhen, we have to sell deadwoods like Sanchez, the Secede, Badiashile, Chilwell, KDH, Broya, Chukwuemeka, Sterling. I think definitely KDH stays. He's a good squad player, doesn't complain, and probably will still improve. I don't know. I think the pressure of playing for Chelsea Football Club gets to him. That's the reason why he hasn't performed consistently, in my opinion. But that's, by the way, Dante, educators,
Yeah.
Thomas Araujo, is he a player you would want us to sign?
Yeah, I've watched him probably 3 or 4 times overall, so not quite that much, but yeah, I've watched him play. Look, he's quite a classy defender. He just glides around, very very good. He's very good technically, passes the ball very well. So he's got that side of it. He's not really quite that big of a physical guy. He's not really a big physical defender. He's more of a sort of like a Rolls Royce sort of defender type, a bit more old school, but very technical that can pass it around. And I don't know if that's what we need, to be honest. Um, I think he will make a good partnership with someone that, next to him like that. But at Benfica, they don't really get tested much defensively, to be honest, in the Portuguese league. They're always on the front foot. They're always playing against teams that are low block. He's not really doing too much defending. So a couple of the games I saw was European games, so a little bit different there from the it was a bit more under pressure, didn't look quite as good as in the Portuguese league because of that. So it's really hard to tell with some of these players until they actually go somewhere else. Because when they play for big teams like that in Portugal, it's only them, Sporting and Porto. Well, yeah, it's pretty hard to judge because they don't defend in the other games hardly at all, to be honest. So he's not that type of defender I think that we need. I think we need someone more like a bit more that's a leader. I don't see him being that type of figure either. So for me, no, I wouldn't. I mean, if he was with someone else next to him, yes, but we don't need that. We've got Colwell, we've got a couple of players like that already. So for me, no, I would prefer still a leader type that sits back more and properly defends and is a bit more physical, stronger as well.
And we have that. We can get that in Mark Guehi. We've talked about that before.
Exactly.
It was you and I think Bobby did say that we want both. And truth to say, I think we did want both. That we wanted both. We wanted Guehi and Dean Hurston too.
Yes.
And we compared their numbers, and I think it was you that said we don't need to because they're different. If we want leadership, we should go for Guehi. But if we want one more ball playing defender, an excellent defender that reads the game well, drives with the ball. We have that in Dean Houston. For leadership, yeah, Guehi will bring that if we are willing to pay the numbers or pay the amount of money that Crystal Palace are asking. They were asking last season, last transfer window, they were asking something north of £17 million, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
I think that's too much. And Colwell has surprised me, especially towards the end of the season. And the games where he played well are not games you could say not when easy games. He's learning.
The last
I've always
3-4
known.
games he's
I've
been very
always known
good.
that he will eventually get better, but not as quickly as he's doing. Not as good as he's become of late. He's not perfect yet. There are some areas he still need to improve upon. But despite it, go ahead. Were you saying something, Dante?
Yeah, Colwell's been very good the last 3-4 games. We
Yeah,
have to give him that. He's been very solid under
we have.
pressure games, like you say. So he's been very good. Is that a turning point for him? Well, let's hope so. We still got another couple of games. If he continues that, that's great.
And the Club
Uh,
World Cup to test that out properly.
and the Club World Cup, exactly. We'll wait and see how he goes. But yeah,
But
good signs.
the signs are good.
Exactly. The signs are good. So, yeah, we don't really need that type of defender. We still have Wesley Fofana as well, even though we know he's always injured out, blah, blah. But we still do have him there. And he's that type of defender. So we don't need to add another one. I just don't think we need that type. We need, like you say, like a Guehi. And look, he did very well against Man City, the FA Cup. Won the FA Cup, captain, leadership. He's won again. He's got that something we lack, and we need that. It's very important for the central defense, especially to control that defense. You need a player like that. If you want to take the next step, if you want to, challenge and compete, you need a player like that. Otherwise, well, yeah, look, you get another player like this guy, you're going to be quite open and vulnerable still defensively. He's going to look good because he's a very classy player. Like I said, technical passes, left foot, right foot, really good. But defensive wise, he's not that leader, that defensive figure that we need.
Yeah, he's not. We should be all over Rodrigo. Why? For what position exactly? I think I don't think we're interested. And even if we do, it'd be a luxury signing or an opportunistic signing. I don't think we need them. Honestly. I don't know. Dante, I want to get your opinion. Rodrigo.
If we didn't have Esteval coming in, maybe, but with him coming in as well, probably not for the price he would command. And there's no way we're paying anywhere near the salary he would want coming from Real
And don't
Madrid.
forget Kendry Páez as well. We've got him.
Yeah,
Páez, but
even if he's
pretty much
going out on
transferred.
loan, we still have to count him because he's that talented. He's that sort of player. One season at Strasbourg would be calling for him to come back the following season.
Exactly. So look, we've got players there. Look, I wouldn't say no to him because he's a world-class player. He starts for Brazil, he starts for Real Madrid. He's won a lot of things. He is a very, very, very good player, but I just don't see it happening, to be honest. He first of all, salaries would no chance. Not even close. If we were at a stage where we're competing for the league, say next year, and we need those couple of superstars to add to the team, like the plan is apparently all along that we've been told when we up there to compete for the league and we're going to be back in the Champions League, they will add a couple, 2 or 3 superstars to this team, big signings to make sure to bring the team together and to try to dominate for a longer period of time when this group matures as well. So that is the plan still. I just think now's not the time, not right now, and not for the money he would cost and not for the salary he's demanding. He'll be by far ahead our highest paid player, and I just don't think it makes sense at the moment to do that.
Yeah, thank you so much. It just doesn't make sense. Would you think? Yeah, I think I saw that on the screen, which was why I started talking about Gohi. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go along with Kuchila. We need leaders in our defensive line that can defend properly, and Gohi is your guy. But we learned that when we had that conversation, I learned also that we want both. We wanted both, not just one. Not just one of the 2 players. Arsenal want him, but we can hijack. Honestly, I don't think it makes sense. Let Arsenal sign him and continue increasing their wage bill. It will go a long way for them. Big up to you too, Toby. Big up to you. I hope you're doing well. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We had 40 plus 50 at one point, but we have 34 right now. We should have more than 16 likes. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes to go a long way. In total, we'll have 174. So 34 on YouTube. The rest shared between X and Facebook. All right. Ethan, Rudy, Spurs win tomorrow or no? I'm going to say this. Man United will beat them. I'm just going by what I know about Angie. Doesn't know how to play differently. It's really that simple. And that, if you remember, I told you he's going to struggle this season and probably going to get fired.
Yeah, I agreed. Yeah,
Amorim knows how to be pragmatic than Angie Postecoglou, and that's an issue. Angie doesn't play differently. Even if he plays today and got whooped at 25 goes to nothing, the next day he still plays the same way, unfortunately. I'm surprised that he's still the manager of Tottenham.
Coach, you still say his name like Acrobeto. You still say the same way you say his name, exactly the same.
So I think Man United will beat them. I'd be shocked if the opposite happens.
One thing I will say this in finals, and I've seen Ange coach in many finals. He's won them all. He's very good at that. Why? Because it's still his style of play, but he really puts pressure on the opposition very early in games like that. And normally for him, it's worked out always in finals because the other team's not that willing to do that. And his team is willing to do that, and he's willing to do that. And on the front foot, and they go hard at them, and they score early in every final I've seen play. So that is one thing that they can do. They can really rattle and shake Manchester United if they go hard at them and they score a goal or 2 early. Well, I think then they can definitely win it. Otherwise, if Man United score first, no, I don't see. That'll be very difficult. But that's one advantage it has in finals, and I've seen it, like I said, many times live in person. And look, he's got a great record in finals like that. But this team is not built for his style of football. It's still not even close to it. So, hopefully, though he does win. A little bit of bias there because Australian, obviously, and I've seen him live. I've supported the team that he was coaching. I've met him a couple of times as well, so a little bit of bias there. But I still would want Tottenham to win because I think Manchester United is a far greater threat for us going forward than Tottenham will ever be, and
the totality
that is the reason I'm thinking with Chelsea. I'm thinking with Chelsea glasses on here. I don't care it's Tottenham and they win a trophy and we hate Tottenham. I don't care. There's a big debate on that online. If you've seen it, everyone, how can you say that we want Tottenham to win? I don't care. I want what's best for us for the future for Chelsea. And I think by Tottenham winning that is much better for us than actually Man United winning them, because Man United winning it gets them back in Europe, gets them able to more money, gets them to sign more players and be more aggressive in the market. And they are a big club; they will turn it around. So I'm not worried about Tottenham doing that, to be honest. So I would definitely want Tottenham to win. Like I said, a bit of bias for Ange, but also because of my Chelsea goggles on as well.
Good banter too.
Yeah,
Good
exactly.
banter for the other neighbor.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, too.
Look, I hate Man United more than I do personally. I hate Man United more than Tottenham.
Yeah.
But that's just me personally. Everyone's different.
All right. What happened to the whole Rodrigo to Chelsea hype, driven up by the media? No substance to that. So I knew that was the case because a lot of factors to consider. His salary, plus it's not an area of priority for us. So we don't need him. That's a response to you. And Wesley Michael, I live in Spain, and
How does he
there's a
not
lot
start?
of rumors Chelsea taking no Andrey on loan for next season. I don't think we want Andrey on loan. We want him on loan, except if the loan means there's a possibility of signing him on a permanent. We could do that, but I don't believe that really. We don't have a quality wingers of that caliber, but salary is an issue. You think Spurs win tomorrow? No. I think United will win. I'm just being as objective as I can. And I think there will be a lot of... Here's the thing. If United scores first, there's not going to be a lot of goals. But if Spurs score first, then there'll be a lot of goals. If Spurs score first, then United will beat them around 3-2 or 3-1. There'll be a lot of goals. Just remember I told you that. But we'll see. Or United, I think, no, United will beat them. That's what I think. Score prediction, it depends on who scores first. I'm quite sure you've heard what I said there. Man United will win the Europa League, not Spurs. Spurs can never win a trophy in 20 years. They can. You cannot script football. That is what I just told you is my opinion, but also driven by what I know about Angie, how he likes to play. Angie thinks Spurs is Celtic. Coach, Spurs have become... Yeah, okay, quickly. I want to go help. More likes, 18 likes. We can do a lot better than that. We still have 48 people watching. Dante, I don't know how much time you still have.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, Coach.
Okay,
my son just
okay.
got home as
I
well.
just need
with
to
his
ask.
mum, so-
Okay, I want Spurs to win too. They've come a long way. You're being sentimental there. I was happy City lost to Palace. Yeah, it's natural for people to root for the underdog. In this case, I could still call them underdog because they haven't watched more. I don't know if they've won any trophies in their history at all. If they beat Man United last season, yeah, and all that. Anything else? Okay, I was happy, yeah. But the most stupid thing I've heard is that Pep has been figured out. They are in a transition period. It's simple. If it took you and Wesley Michael, please avoid using all caps. That way, the machine that is policing the chat section or the comment section will not delete your message. It was deleted because you used all caps. Anything else here? Let's see what else we have to address so we can run. We have this. And if I'm just going to read it, Dante, if you have anything to add to it, you do. Otherwise, I'll skip it. I should be off in about 4 minutes. Manchester United executives have held face-to-face talks with Liam Delap, who was given permission by Ipswich Town to travel to Manchester United. United have competition from several clubs, including Chelsea, and Delap is expected to enter meaningful discussion with all suitors before taking time to decide. I think we should just move on from Delap. Spurs should win. I am annoyed of Manchester United fan. All right, next one. According to, this is serious horse dung, this particular report right here. According to Argentine journalist Gusta_Mendes, Enzo Fernandez is close to signing for Real Madrid and will be announced after the World Cup, Club World Cup. I am not sure Real Madrid have the juice. We won't sell. That's Vince's opinion. The second paragraph, of course. This is absolute horse dung, because he would take a lot to convince Chelsea to sell him, and I don't think Real Madrid will pay that much money. I think he would take something close to 200 million before Chelsea listens to you. So let's see what Chelsea fans have to say here, the first guy here, Alex, I know him. I think Chelsea would accept. I think Chelsea would accept anything around 110 with Santos coming back. That's an idiotic argument, really. You don't know the new Chelsea owners. They paid something close to that, and you think that they accept that because Santos is coming back. No, we're a big club. We need numbers in every department. Dante, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, coach. No, that's all. And I gotta go. Sorry, because my son's here, so you won't leave me alone.
All right,
so.
let me just address everything.
Take care, guys.
Call it a day. I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye. Okay, bye-bye, man. If you haven't seen Chelsea's new home kit, it is wow. It is beautiful, and I'm gonna order myself one very soon. I love it, and I think that has to be our best kit in years. What else do we have here? This one here, Manchester United are not expected to move to make a move for Victor Osimhen this summer. So, which means it's just Juventus, and I don't think Juventus are serious, in my opinion. So, if Juventus aren't serious, then it's either Saudi Arabia or us, because I don't think he is Luis Enrique's type of number 9, in my opinion. He's not as good as he is as a number 9. He's not Luis Enrique's type of number 9. So, which means for me, chances are we are secretly facilitating Osimhen's move to Chelsea. It's a possibility. But let's see what happens. It says you love everything, coach. I do. But I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm just speculating here, unfortunately. Let's see. Anything else? Nothing else here. I think that's it for this particular edition of the Blue Morning Show. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. We have 18 likes, and in the back end, it's 1,500 views. Not bad. We'll continue. And a lot more people will find out that the Blue Morning Show is back. The numbers will grow. So thank you for joining. It's been fluctuating between 50 to 46 to 30. So thank you for finding the time to join us. It's been an excellent discussion. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Wake up, it's a Blue Morning Show, where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Stunt the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a Blue Morning Show, where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Stunt the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Talk Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Stunt the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Talk Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands, we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew, chanting songs for Chelsea.